Oh, my goodness. I didn't even see you there. You're doing good. Hello there, kids. My name is Jason Jones Singh Johal, and today I'm going to be telling you a tall tale about politics and why voting should not be mandatory. Voting was given to us as a right by the government, and it's really weird because in some places it's mandatory to vote. And if you youngsters out there don't know what mandatory is, it's when a person has to do something or there will be consequences. So, let's get on with the story. Voting was given out to every single youngster out there, any age. It's crazy. It's... What? 18? You're serious? I told you this before, I swear. I told you this before. Okay, this is serious. We're trying to get this on. This is important to me, okay? I had some technical difficulties. So let's get on to it. So let me read some of this. Here it is. Why voting should not be mandatory. Voting shouldn't be mandatory. There are so many reasons. I could go on and on and on and on. With my pompous intellect, I could go on and this video would be more than 5 minutes. I know, crazy. You probably couldn't even comprehend it. So I have to go dim-witted, like that student Jace. Good one. So why voting shouldn't be mandatory? If you're over 18 and your friends tell you to vote for the Green Party, but you really don't know what's going on, you vote for the Green Party, then everything will be messed up from that point on because you don't know who you're voting for, so you're increasing their chance of winning, but everybody else doesn't want to vote for that one party, but you make it more of a chance of getting them elected. So that is a crisis that no one can avert. Here is another reason why voting should not be mandatory. So if you bought a boat or a yacht, you are entitled, you have the right to do whatever you please with that boat. You can either use it or you don't have to use it. But what mandatory voting is doing in this perspective is basically, if you buy that boat or yacht and you don't use it, you get charged for it. How outrageous is that? It's just simply not logical. Because if you have the right to use it in whichever way you please, or you don't have to use it if you just leave it there just for a display, and the government comes and charges you and gives you a fine for not using that boat, it's just not politically right. So my last reason being for why voting should not be mandatory is, let's take for example a person votes for an opposing party and solely for the reason that they don't want the other party to come into power. What they're doing is making the opposing party which they chose, which they voted for from balloting, making the chances greater for that opposing party to come into power, which they voted for. What if solely because of that reason that you chose that opposing party, that it changed something in your neighborhood and you didn't like the way it worked, because that would be your fault. That wouldn't be solely your fault, but that would be a large percent of the population that didn't know who they were voting for or what they were getting themselves into. It would cause a lot of damage not knowing who you want to vote for, or not knowing enough about that party, or not knowing enough about voting to vote. I hope you kids enjoyed it. I'm gonna say what the kids say these days. I am bad and bougie, and I'm outed.